Hey everybody, it's Kim with Do-Farms. It's 6:45. Here we are on Sunday, and it's time for What's for Dinner at Do-Farms. Brian and I have been spending this rainy day, cleaning around the house some, and then he made a dish that we'll talk about for lunch. But tonight we are making what we're calling shredded balsamic beef. And this is a recipe that was sent to us by Christina Epperson. Is there anything you wanted to say about that? Other than we just love
daughter?
it. Yeah, I knew that's what I was expecting him to say. Yes, favorite daughter. And we are very thankful. I tell you what, this house has smelled delicious all day long. So it's one of those that we have been cooking all day, right? So this is going to be a very short What's for Dinner at Do-Farms. Hey, Mom is watching and Do-Dash is watching. You want to say hi?
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Glad you're home.
Yes, and hoping your first week home was wonderful. So tonight, shredded balsamic beef, and we've used one of our roasts. You can use any type of beef roast that you want to. We recommend maybe a chuck roast or an arm roast for this, but we've had it in the slow cooker all day. I'm going to let Brian tell you about all the ingredients that we have in this dish and talk you through it. All right, so let's switch it over here.
And I'll go ahead and start shredding this way.
All right.
I'm explaining it. So, yeah, when I first looked at this recipe, I didn't think it was something that I would really want to try, but based on Christina's recommendation, we thought we would give it a try. And it smells good.
Yeah. So go ahead.
I was just going to say, we've already pulled the bone out, and I'm just going to pull some of the big
chunks
pieces of fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we shred this thing. But what's in the sauce here is 3/4 cup of beef broth, 1/2 cup of balsamic vinegar, 2 tablespoons of light brown sugar, 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 3 cloves of garlic smashed, and just some salt and pepper, and that's it. So it smells really good.
It does. It smells delicious. So this is a first for us. We have never had this, but based on how it smells, it's going to be wonderful.
Yes. And we're going to serve it over some, as you mentioned, just some rolls.
Yeah.
So it's just a light dinner for you and I. We had a big brunch.
We did.
But Christina made it with green beans and then served this over mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
So she took, I don't know whether it was cornstarch or flour, and with this sauce in here, basically made a gravy out of it.
Yep. So if you're just joining us, hey Jody, Jody's watching. It's good to see you're watching tonight. So if you're just watching, we're making, or we have been making today, it's called shredded balsamic beef. And there are lots of ways that you can serve this. I mean, it's a slow cooker recipe. We'll make sure that we put this in our newsletter. So you can serve it lots of different ways. You can serve it over rice. You can serve it over mashed potatoes like Christina did. We're going to have it on homemade rolls. Brian made some French bread rolls. So we're going to have it sort of like a French dip type of sandwich. You can also serve it with like cauliflower rice, egg noodles. So yeah, I mean, and it really does smell delicious. So you've got the balsamic vinegar in there. You've got Worcestershire sauce and a little bit of brown sugar, garlic. You have 3 cloves of garlic and beef broth, and what else? Salt and pepper, basically. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and we put it on, I don't know, around 10 o'clock this morning?
10 o'clock, yeah. I mean, it says 8 hours on low.
Yeah. And so it's super tender.
You really can't overcook it.
Yeah. Hey, Brad.
So usually,
Brad's watching. You want to say hi to Brad?
Hello, Zachary. Hello, Andrew.
Yeah. And Natalie.
And Natalie.
That's right. We got a new watcher, a new fan. Hey, guys. He says hi. All right. So he shredded that all up. While he's doing that, let me tell you what we had for brunch today. Brian made an egg and sausage casserole.
And we did it on the show.
We have done it before.
A year or so ago.
But we're going to put that recipe back in our newsletter. It was so delicious.
Yeah, you got to let it sit overnight.
Yeah.
So basically, you're using some bread and you mix up some eggs, sausage you got to pre-cook, and some milk.
And cheese.
And cheese. Cheddar cheese, yeah. So you just cover it overnight and then bake it for like an hour.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've done that recipe. We'll share it again.
Yeah.
Only reason we did it is we had some sausage we wanted to try that we just got back from the butcher.
Yeah. So. And I mean, that's great for a Sunday too, right? I mean, if you have a big family and you're getting ready to go to church on a Sunday morning, you could prepare this the night before, stick it in the oven. Everybody's got breakfast. Good to go. All right. That looks really yummy, Brian. Let's see. What else do we want to talk about? Shepherd Inn. So you guys know that we are big fans of Shepherd Inn. That is, if you're not familiar with Shepherd Inn, it is a bed and breakfast that's located in downtown Dandridge, and they it's gorgeous. If you've never been down there, you need to go down there. It's gorgeous. But they serve lunch on Thursdays. You have to make a reservation, call ahead and make a reservation, but they serve a nice lunch every Thursday. They have different seatings, so if you would like to go, give them a call. I think they start at 11:30, is that right?
11, 12, and 1.
11, 12, and 1. Okay, so we would encourage you, if you live in the area, and even if you live in Knoxville or Morristown or Cobb County or Granger County, we would encourage you to take a trip and come out and try lunch at Shepherd Inn. So they're going to be having meatloaf this week, and they're going to be featuring our Dudash Farms beef pork mix. I was about to say Borf Peak, I guess. Beef pork mix in their meatloaf. So you guys ought to come out and give it a try. And so not just us.
Mix, Kim?
Pardon?
What is that mix?
What is that mix? Yeah. It's beef and pork.
Yeah, so it's 50% ground beef and 50% ground pork.
50%.
No seasoning.
No seasoning at all, just the beef and pork. And we like to make meatloaf, meatballs, hamburgers. Hamburgers are amazing with the beef pork mix. Let's go over here. Brian is, oops, what have I done? Oh, y'all don't want to look at me. Here we go. He's dishing it up. Eileen Miller is watching. Hi, Eileen. Yeah, so he's really got good. These, so he has these fresh rolls that he made today. So this is really going to be good because that bread is going to be...
It's a pretty thick, hearty bread.
That juice will be really good on it. Also want to let you know while Brian is dishing this up that we are fully stocked. We have everything in stock. And we actually have a couple of spring specials going on right now. If you'll check out the website, dudashfarms.com. We have a $100 package and a $75 package. So go to the website, check those out, see what you think. So this is the shredded balsamic beef on fresh homemade bread, and I'm going to put more juice on mine because that looks really good. Is there anything else that we wanted to talk about, Brian, besides that? I mean, this is really going to be a short one. We haven't even been talking for 10 minutes.
So, a lot of people have been asking about where our beef price is going.
Yep.
Not just for us, but at the grocery store too. And so I do get this newsletter daily from... it's basically an agricultural newsletter, and the head count for beef in the U.S. is the lowest it's been since 1960. The population now is twice what it is then. So basically, the beef is going to be, I don't want to call it a shortage, but it's going to be more demand than supply. So beef prices are going to stay high for a couple of years, because it's going to be at least 3 years by the time you have a cow that is ready to calf and has a calf, and that calf is raised to butchering size. And what's prompted all this is basically the drought. We had a minor drought here last summer into the fall, but from Texas all the way up to Iowa, all of last year was in a severe drought, and basically they sold off their animals. So it's going to be some time before you see prices drop at the grocery store. Unfortunately, that affects us too, because we buy animals from a few guys, and we are fair. I shouldn't say we try to be fair.
Yeah, we are
fair when we buy these animals, we look at the market rates and want to pay them a fair price for it.
Absolutely.
So
There's a lot of work that goes into what they do.
They should sell it to us cheaper than they can go to a feeder calf sale.
Exactly.
So, we've had that question asked quite a bit lately, and just wanted to address that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for telling us about that, Brian. I mean, I think people are very curious about those things, and want to keep you guys in the know about what's going on. So if you've just joined us, we have made some shredded balsamic beef tonight, and made some homemade French bread. We're serving it on that. We'll put this recipe in our newsletter. Hey, Greta Holbert is watching, and Eric Dudash says, hi, Dudashes.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Happy belated birthday.
I know. He had a birthday not too long ago. All right. So
I think we're going to have some leftovers this week.
I think we are, but that's okay.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing. And we talked about the different ways you can serve it, so that'll work out well, too. So that's it, y'all. That is it for What's for Dinner at Dudash Farms tonight. It was a short one, but this, again, is something that we have been cooking all day on this dreary Tennessee day, and I think we're ready to eat. So let's go ahead and say goodnight to everyone. We will be back next Sunday. He's already picked out a recipe, so we're
going
good to
back
go.
to Asian again.
Yeah, we're going to do an Asian dish next week. So
My
you guys
favorite.
be ready. Yeah. Thank you,
All right.
guys. We'll
Let's
see you
eat.
soon. Bye.
Bye.